Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Wanted to ask you guys if you could do me a favor. If you're watching these videos and checking out the channel and you like what you see, if you guys could hit the subscribe button for me, we would really appreciate that. We are working our way to trying to get monetized so that we can build bigger and better cars and more builds and so on and so forth and keep doing this. And that would help us a lot if you guys could do that for us. So that's really all I got for you. Really appreciate all of you. Stay tuned. We've got lots of cool builds coming. Lots of things starting to happen on a lot of different cars. So it won't just be the Thing. It's going to be the Thing, the 40 Ford, the Apache. There's going to be a lot of things happening. So just stay tuned, and I will try my best to get you as many videos as I can, including Don's 1957 Chevy two-door post that we're working on. There's a lot going on over there too. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for everything. We really appreciate you. Have a great night. Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. It's your evening update. So, happy Sunday, by the way. We had a really good day. Let me kind of run you through what we did and what we came across on the 40 Ford here today. We really didn't do anything on the Thing other than pull it out of the garage, but it still runs good. Fired right up, pulling it in, pulling it out was great. So, but the 40, let's talk about the 40 because it's running good. So, here we go. My neighbor to go by. So what we got here, this morning, Ron hooked the converter bolts, torque converter bolts, got them in, got the drive shaft in. Then we fired this thing up. We added fluid, fired it up, and let it get to operating temp. It was running good, running good. One thing that did happen before we fired it up, I pulled all the plugs, all the spark plugs, and cleaned them up and reinstalled them, and it fired right off. It ran great in the air. Okay, so I was like, all right, cool, we got this dialed in, everything's good, idle was good. I mean, you could put it in gear up in the air and everything was perfect. Then we thought, okay, let's take it for a ride around the block, right, like one would want to do. And we got it on the ground, and boom, our problem was back. The only thing that changed was the car went on the ground. So now this car does have a rake on it, California rake, and it's a little, you know, I don't know. But basically, one thing led to another. I assumed that I had a vacuum leak. It's around here somewhere. I don't know where. I had it. Oh, here it is. We had a T, a vacuum with a T, okay? So this line was going to the carburetor, and then teeing off of that was the vacuum line from the transmission, and also to the vacuum advance on the distributor, right? I took this out, all right? I hooked the vacuum advance to this port here, as I've heard that's what you should do on a Holly. Could be wrong. And I hooked the vacuum line from the tranny right back into there. Okay? Awesome. Then I thought, okay, I need to make sure there's actually fuel in the bowls of the carburetor, right? Put this up. Hold on. I need to make sure. So I started here, I pulled this screw out, and turned the car to accessory where they kick on the electronic fuel pump. Car not running, just the fuel pump running. And I didn't have any fuel that I could see, and it's supposed to come all the way to here and kind of seep out a little bit. So we adjusted, which would be hard to show you, but there's a nut right there. So we adjusted that, which adjusts the float, and brought the float up. We went counterclockwise, brought the float up, and until we could see the fuel when it started seeping out a little bit. So that was good. I checked the back one here, and it was good. It was perfect. I didn't have to do anything to that. So once we did that, because we were, I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty pissed. The car just dying. We were ready to throw the Holly down the street. But I refused to give up, especially after working on the thing and the wiring and all the shit with that. There's an answer. We just have to find it and be resilient enough to find the damn answer. So I kept working and did these things, and we fired it up, and man, it instantly sounded different. Like, it sounded good. It was purring. We're like, perfect. So we're like, okay. Ron's inside the car looking at me like, holy shit. And I said, put it in gear, put it in reverse. Let's just try to see if it drops the RPMs to nothing and dies. No, it was perfect. Backed right out. I said, okay. He took it around the block. Ran great. And I knew it was running great because he took the long way. He went another couple streets down and around. And when he got back, he said, you take it for a ride. It's running amazing. I'm like, okay. So I took it for a ride, and I actually drove it for probably 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes around the neighborhood, trying to get it to just to see what it does, and if I can make it do something stupid, right? Like, can I tap the gas and get that hesitation back, or any of that, right? And no, it ran perfect, flawlessly. So we are dialed in here, guys. The only thing we don't have hooked up right now is the kickdown cable. It's not bolted in right there. We wanted to make sure it did basic things before we added another deal. So this car is quick, I'm not gonna lie, and it's actually pretty fun to drive as a automatic. I mean, I really thought that it would be less fun. That's not the case. So when I got to the end of the street, I turned right, okay, and gave it, quarter throttle. I was rolling and gave it a quarter throttle, and the ass end started to kick out. So it's got power, for sure. It is definitely the fastest car we've built here, as far as street rod, and I like that. It's it's quick to the point. Now, most of you guys have cars that are way faster than this. I would compare this probably to a new Mustang GT, or a Challenger Scat Pack or something to that effect, right? I think that's probably the same world as this. This is probably, I mean, I've had quite a few. I had a Mustang that was a 12-second car, but this was every bit as quick as my old Mustang. My S197, I think it was a 2005 GT, 5-speed manual, but I had every bolt all known to man on it. I mean, it was a quick car. And this is as quick as that, for sure. It feels as quick as that anyway. So I'm almost afraid to get too stupid with it. I mean, the back tires seem okay. They're a little dry rotted, but nothing horrible. But these front tires are shit. Look at these things. Get you in there. Look at all the dry rot. So I'm driving around on absolutely terrible front tires. So the next thing for this is going to be the next major purchase for the 40 Ford is going to be tires. We have the rims in the backyard, and I will show you those here in a minute. But that's where we're at. I'm a little nervous to get on it with the kickdown cable hooked up and everything running right with these tires on it, because this car will get sideways in a heartbeat, and I don't want to take that ride in it without having at least good rubber and feeling somewhat confident that I'm not going to die, end up in somebody's house, and But that's where we're at on the 40. It was a really good day for the 40. Really good day. Something else that's going on. I did find a Volkswagen shop. Actually, it's like 2 miles from here. It's where I, by the gas station I took the thing to 2 days ago. They do alignments on classic Volkswagens, so that's fantastic. So I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if I can't get this in this week, and or as soon as possible. I mean, I'll even take it tomorrow, whenever, and get the car aligned, the front end aligned, and that will make this just an absolute joy to drive, short of getting the brakes to work a little better. So, and I might even ask them to take a look at that while I'm there, if they do classic Volkswagens and might know more than me on the brakes. So, but things in a great spot. Just really need to polish it out, and I got to put the cocoa mats and the duct boards back in it. And I'm still waiting. It should be here today or tomorrow, I would think. The clip for the fuse panel that holds it in, and I also am waiting on 2 dash screws that hold the speedometer dash panel in on the top. The bottom ones are in. I just don't have the tops. So once those come in and that gets on here, we're looking good. So lots happening, guys. So you guys know, and you've heard me talk about this before, I'm doing some video series, some longer videos on some of the projects we're doing, right? Which is why you're not seeing a lot of what we're doing every day. You're kind of getting updates. I'm talking about it, but I'm not really showing you a lot of it in the process. I really am. The videos are just going to come out while we're on vacation in 2 weeks. So I just want you guys to have some content while we're gone. So the first video is set to come out at 6 o'clock on the September 20th, which will go over the entire restoration and priming and everything of the roof of the 58 Apache. Okay. I did a whole nother video on the Super Beetle convertible before it got cut in half, before it broke, really. Kind of during it was there's a lot of us working on it, trying to get the body off the frame, and yeah, one thing led to another, and you know, the car obviously got cut in half. But I have all that footage for you guys. That'll be another day. And then the torque converter in this, I've videoed most of the steps of us doing it, us tuning it. I've done a POV ride around the block in it for you guys with the camera, filming, so you can see what it's like to drive a 40 Ford two-door sedan. All of that will be coming out as well. Just trying to get you guys some stuff. So hopefully you guys are cool with that, and check that stuff out while we're on vacation. Now we're debating, okay, what to do kind of next, right? So while we're gone for 2 weeks, the real question is, do we get this ready to paint, okay, block it down, prime it, do all the things, really dial it in? Or do we, I say we, does Ron bring the Chrysler 300 in, the 63 Chrysler 300. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's a 383 big block Chrysler car. It's got a manual 4-speed Borg-Warner. The original, it's the transmission before the 833. I think it only came out for a year. That's in here. It's really kind of a cool deal, and it's got a 8 3/4 rear. I don't believe it has I think it's got like a 330 gear in it. Cool car, but the problem with this car is, and I don't want to uncover it because it's about to rain, but there are videos you guys can go check out in the playlist for it. This car is about 75% bodywork for paint, but it's been outside for a couple years now under a cover, but these covers aren't waterproof, and so we've got some little surface rust areas, not like pitting, but just, you know, you can see it. That really what we need to do is get this car in a primer sealer and kind of go from there, especially the dash. There's a couple spots on the hood, a couple spots on this fender. You know, they're just kind of, it's like Dalmatian basically. They're kind of all over. So that might be a thing. this might be coming in for 2 weeks and getting body worked and primed and whatnot, so that when I come back, we can get the rear glass and the windshield in it installed. And actually, I got all the other glass. And see if we can't get the Chrysler looking like something, maybe even paint it, honestly. It's not that far off. This car needs glass, it needs an interior. I have the original interior. It's in okay shape, it's not great. It needs door panels, things of that nature. But I have it, which is huge because this is a unicorn car. There's only a couple hundred of these probably in the world that are still on the road. So finding parts has been a challenge. But what this really needs, it needs front suspension work. It needs the ball joints, tie rod ends, that kind of thing. It needs a new steering box, which I have a company that will rebuild ours and make it a modern feel, as opposed to having the slop in it that a lot of you guys probably understand what I mean by that. So you don't feel like you're driving a boat, you feel like you're driving a new car or a modern muscle car. The drivetrain in this is done. All of that works great, looks great, no issues. I would like to put a set of valve covers on it, but let's be honest, that's not a big deal. So mechanically, it needs the brakes bled, a little brake work, but it's all new. And it needs valve covers, because one leaks. And it needs the steering box, tie rod ends, and ball joints. That's what it needs mechanically. And then it needs the bodywork, paint, glass installed, and then it needs to go to an interior shop and get assembled, and then go to an interior shop and get an interior put in. So that is where we're at with this guy. So this, something may be cooking here. I don't know. It could go either way, so bear with us. Could be the 40, it could be this over the next month. So there's that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you guys have a great night. We're going to be back tomorrow. There's a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff tomorrow, things that have to happen for everybody in this house. But we'll try to get some things done. I'll probably do some stuff driving the thing, and I'll be putting around. I don't have anything going on but taking my wife to work, so see where we get. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I am going to post a video tonight also, just so you're aware, of the POV drive of me driving the 44 today with it running right and everything, so you guys can kind of experience that and so on. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hey everybody, as promised, these are the rims for the 1940 Ford project. These are the 15x7 front wheels by American Racing. They're torque thrust 2s by American Racing. They're polished aluminum. I think these look pretty good. The rears are 17x7. They're still in the shed, but they're a little bigger with a dish. But hopefully soon we'll get these installed on the car, and I'll bring that all to you and show you. But this is what's going to replace those terrible rims and tires that are on it at the moment, so I thought you guys would like this. Thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom.